Now, of course, we know many Canadians were watching closely that announcement from the Prime Minister, and one of the cities that is directly impacted by the U.S. tariffs on Canadian steel is Sault Ste. Marie in Ontario. Algoma Steel is the biggest employer there, and the company has already had to lay off 200 employees. I want to welcome to the program Matthew Shoemaker. He is the mayor of that community. He joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You were listening in to that announcement. What is your first reaction?
Well, it's a step in the right direction for sure. The measures that had been in place were not having the intended effect of supporting the steelmakers in the across the province and across the country. This is a scaling up or a ramping up of those measures. I'm not sure it goes quite as far as the industry's been looking, frankly, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
What specifically would you have liked to see from the Prime Minister today that was missing?
Well, there's the exemption for free trade partners, I think, is an area that needs a closer look. And that is something that the industry has been calling for, that even some countries with which we have free trade agreements are, they're bringing in steel from China, restamping it or repouring it or manufacturing it in some minor way and then selling it into Canada under the free trade agreement. So I think that needs to be something. There's a step towards it in today's announcement, but I think it needs to be looked at very closely.
We did see the announcement of tariffs that would be placed on companies doing what you're describing as well when it involves, the production, fabrication, any sort of, when it comes to the steel industry involved in China. So you're saying that's just a step in the right direction. You want to see further action on that. What specifically, if the 25% tariff that was announced today is not going far enough?
Yeah, well, I think really making sure that you have a country of origin that is a country with which you have a free trade agreement, because that's not what the current rules are. It's that you can remanufacture something and ship it into Canada at the provided it fits within the 2024 amounts of steel that were shipped into Canada. What we want to see is that you have poured your steel, that you have manufactured your steel from a raw material or from an EAF in the country with which there is a direct trade agreement, not somewhere else where they don't have the same environmental standards and the same labor standards that these free trade agreements negotiate out.
And Mr. Shoemaker, what did you make of the other parts of the announcement? There was a series of announcements here, and one part, aside from the tariffs that would exist on different non-trading partners and trading partners, is also the supports for those within the industry, investing $70 million in labor market development agreements to provide training and income supports to 10,000 affected steel workers. What did you make of that, given, of course, that we know the community has seen already some layoffs?
Yeah, that I think is something that was missing from the get-go. It is important. It's also important that the rules on the liquidity help were, relaxed a little bit, because I think that while there was a fund there to help the company, see through their liquidity challenges because of the tariffs, it wasn't really user-friendly or accessible. So I think that we know at Algoma or in Sault Ste. Marie that Algoma, as it transitions to an electric arc furnace, is going to require fewer workers. So if there is the opportunity to use this fund to retrain employees for jobs that might exist elsewhere in the community, knowing that we've got this impending workforce reduction coming, I think it presents some hope for the future for the community, that it won't just lose those jobs that currently exist in the raw material side of Algoma once they're no longer using those raw materials to make steel.
Based on what we heard today, finally, I wanted to ask you, how hopeful are you for a positive agreement to be reached by that August 1st deadline with the United States that has triggered a lot of what we're seeing?
Well, I guess if I'm reading into the moving target of the deadline, it was supposed to be July 21st, and now it's August 1st. But they announced the July 21st date, a month and a half ago, and now they're only bumping it out by about 10 days. So I think they're getting close. That's what that tells me. I think they're getting close, and they just need a little bit more time. I suspect if they bump it again, it may even be a shorter period of time. but it sounds like they are right down to the nitty gritty on this deal. And I mean, the sooner the better. It can't come soon enough is the feeling on the ground here in the Soo. But it does, suggest that they're not that far off.
I'm getting a little bit of optimism from you. I want to thank you very much for your time today and for sharing your thoughts in reaction to that announcement. That was Matthew Shoemaker. He is the mayor of Sault Ste. Marie. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.